Well, hello friends. It's been a while since I uploaded anything worthwhile, so today I'm gonna do an expert roulette with a sage, just so I can showcase a bit of the sage. Um, but yeah, that's gonna be it. I hope you guys enjoy the new dungeons and the new class. So, as a sage, you should be using cardia on your tank, and then while you're running around, you can just try to get some crits going on your shield. Well, that's not gonna happen, and now we're just gonna start dotting everything. Alright, Sage is a bit different in comparison to the other healers, as Eucrasia makes your dot, makes your single target AoE, single target spell, turn into the dot, which all the other healers have as a different skill. And for Sage, so yeah, as you can see, I'm not doing much. Every time you use say Discrasia, Doses, any of your cast attack skills, generally, the tank will be healed by a little bit. Oh, isn't it popping? No. But yeah, so you should always be trying to attack with your Sage, since that will help you heal the tank slightly. Then you have some other tools. You have a bunch of tools actually. Caracol is similar to Sacred Shield, but it's a buff instead of being an area, a ground targeted area. So you should be using it pretty much on cooldown, especially because it also helps you regen your MP. And then you have a bunch of skills. So you have your Tarokol, which is similar to Lustrate. Well, actually you got Tarokol and Drokol. They are similar to Lustrate, as in they use up an Aether Skull, which is one of the Sage's resources, and it's an OGCD heal like Lustrate. Thing is, you have Tarokol and Drokol. Drokol is pretty much Lustrate, but it just helps you, it just gives you MP every time you use an Aether Skull. And then you have Tarokol, which is a bigger heal, and it also applies a 10% damage mitigation. So it's always better to use it early. And oh right, every time you put up a shield, a single target shield, with your equation diagnosis, as soon as the shield pops, you'll get one of these thingies here, which will let you use Toxicon. It's actually quite useful, because it's a skill you can use for damage. It also procs Cardia on the tank, on your target, and it will, and it's an instant cast. So it's always nice to have a couple of charges. Oh, that's not targeted at me. So here that missile will only hit the target, it will not hit anyone else. So in here you have Pneumona. Pneumona is a casted spell. It has an AoE component to it, so it's a laser. You are firing your laser, and when you fire your laser, you also heal the party. So it's a pretty nice skill. Generally, you try to use it with Zoe, which makes your next spell heal 50% more. So spells only, not abilities. So no GCDs can proc Zoe, but Pneumona is a spell, so you can use it like that. Oh, that's some nice DPS, since that boss is already dead. Yeah, pretty Deltascape is a pretty simple dungeon. Yeah, all the dungeons are pretty straightforward, I would say. Actually, I think Dead Ends is probably the one that's the most annoying mechanically, as in the mechanics the bosses have. So yeah, so what else, yeah. So, Sage's mechanic is Eucrasia, pretty much, it's one of its mechanics, where it will turn your skills into something else, as you can see. You pretty much have Diagnosis, which is a single target heal, like Cure. And when you use Eucrasia on it, it will turn into the dot version. Dot version, lol. I'm confusing doses with Diagnosis, sorry. Diagnosis will be, so it's the regular heal, or just a normal heal. But when you use Eucrasia, it turns into a shield, as you can see there. So you use that on your tank, so similar to it will turn it into, say, Adlo, or the former Nocturnal aspected Benefic. But yeah, with Sage you're supposed to be always... and then you have the same with Prognosis. Prognosis is an AoE heal, and when you use Eucrasia it turns into an AoE shield. Pretty straightforward. Then you got a bunch of GCDs. I actually enjoy Sage way more than Scholar, despite their similar playstyles in terms of using OGCDs and having some passive healing. Although Scholar's healing comes from the fairy, it just works, while Sage's healing comes from you actually using your damage skills. So it's way more important to be casting stuff with your Sage than with your Scholar. Not saying it's not important on Scholar, because all the DPS is good. If the boss gets killed sooner, it deals less damage, and you have to deal with less mechanics, so it's always a plus. But yeah, as you can see, we're just spamming doses. Okay. As you see, here is a safe spot. So I just stand here, and then I move. This is how you resolve, the easiest way to resolve this mechanic, or this boss's mechanic. But it's pretty easy to mess that up, so feel free to not stand on that small space. But just makes it easier. Yeah, as you saw, I used Caracol, and that's pretty much gonna be enough to top everyone up, because of the heal over time component it has. So here, you can, when he passes through there, a line attack will hit, as you can see. So now I'm just using Physis, which is a heal over time that also, for the first few seconds, also makes your all healing actions yield more. So it's an asylum, but it's a buff instead of a ground target. As you can see, pretty simple boss. What else? Okay. Oh, right. So then we have a couple more single target skills, which I generally use this two in conjunction. Crisis makes your heals, your single target, your heals. Well, let me rephrase that. Crisis makes it so all healing actions will make the target will get more benefit from healing actions. I generally just use this on the tank, and then along with Soteria, which makes your Cardia heals heal for more. And then I always try to get the Caracol going, because it helps a lot. Not only it's 10% damage mitigation, it also heal over time. So free healing. And it's also GCD, so you don't have to worry about not being able to use your damaging skills. I'm not sure why cardio isn't showing though. Anyhow. And then, yeah, there's still a bunch more skills you haven't covered. I just used one, Haima, which it's an actually pretty interesting skill, because what it does is it applies a shield, and the shield has say 300 potency, and every time the shield pops, it will reapply itself up to 5 times. That has so 15-second duration. When that ends, any stacks that are still left will be transformed into healing. So pretty nice skill. Panheim is the same, but AoE, slightly less potency, same duration. What else? What else? Oh, yeah, actually have Pepsis. This is used for healing, pretty much. It just consumes your shield and heals. Your shields and heals up, everyone. It's a pretty decent skill. I rarely use it, but I still haven't gone Savage with Sage. So I'm guessing in Savage it's actually used for that pretty big boost of healing. So here you have an Omega spawning. You'll have to kill it, because at some point you'll just cast self-destruct. So, which is can be a bit annoying. Okay, I take over, so here it will spawn a dragon. Kill the dragon, move out of its way, because it will do a cone AoE. As you can see, and everyone took it to the face. Nice. Okay, some fists will drop, will spawn, just avoid the line. Pretty simple to dodge. Okay, so now this will explode in a moment. He'll do a round AoE. No. This monk though. And here, as you can see, it's a big opening in the middle, so it will be, you need to get in. So out and in, pretty much. But it's gonna die so fast. Jesus, this is gonna be a fast dungeon. Oh well. And as you can see, you should be familiar with this mechanic. So whenever this buff ends, you'll just move on the direction it's shown there. Chat followed, I just turned back so I would run away because he was gonna do an out. No, I'm just gonna show you Phenomena. See, it's 18k heal, and you're still doing DPS. It's a pretty nice skill. But yeah, so what else did I miss? Oh, Holos, which is a 10% mitigation with a heal, a GCD, with say a bunch of kind of a big cooldown. So 2-minute cooldown. It's pretty. I generally use it when I don't have Caracol up. Occasionally it might be useful to stack them for the extra mitigation, but generally I would just rather do Caracol and pair it with Aima, and even a shield if need be. So as you can see, Ocrasian Prognosis, it will apply a shield. What else? What else are we missing here? I think I've covered everything. Oh, Rizomata will just give you an Adder's Goal, so pretty straightforward. Phlegma, it's a big single target damage that also has an AoE component. So you should be using it on cooldown, at least keep one charge always used, so it can always keep doing the cooldown. Oh, we also have Icarus. Icarus will pretty much it's a pretty gap closer that works on enemies and party members. So it's pretty nice. Oh, and Ixocle. Ixocle is pretty much an AoE heal. So draw call but AoE. Hit a 30-second cooldown. If you pair it up with Physis, and so when you turn on, if you really need to heal, popping Physis and then doing an Ixocle, then you can also use an Eucrasia and a Prognosis. So Eucrasia Prognosis need be, so you can heal up a bunch and still apply a decent shield. You can also use Zoe for Prognosis if you really want a big shield. I rarely use the shielding on Sage, to be honest. I use Caracol and whatnot way more often. Generally there, especially in dungeons, there's no need to. Anyhow, that's pretty much Sage, and as you could see how I play it. I'm not sure if it's optimal or not, because, well, it works fine, so I'm guessing it's pretty okay. And I can still dish out a bunch of DPS while keeping everyone topped up. So it's pretty okay. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll be uploading a bit more from now on. Just after this long break, I guess. I might also start dropping by Twitch again, but I'm not too sure about that for the time being. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.